guys, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we are looking into their current thoughts about you, and I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is Grandma's Postcards Tarot, alright, that's the cover. And pile number two is Tarot of the Divine, alright, this is the cover. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. Please be careful of scammers. I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading, so just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin, alright? Hi pile one, for those of you who chose Grandma's Postcards Tarot, this is going to be your reading, alright? But before we get into your reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alright, pile one. Your person's current thoughts about you. Paul's person's current thoughts about pile one, please. Paul's person's current thoughts about pile one, please. Okay, we'll start with that, alright? We've got the 5 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Has there been some kind of conflict between the two of you? Either there's a conflict between the two of you, or there's an internal conflict within your person. Your person's wondering how to bring about stability between the two of you. It could be earthly matters too. It could be how to ground this connection. I think that your person could also be kind of figuring out practical ways to work on your connection, to kind of ground your connection as well. Not necessarily a conflict between the two of you, but there's definitely some kind of conflict energy. So it could be maybe your person's unable to figure out a solution to a problem that both of you are having, or there could be a conflict between the two of you and your person's kind of looking for practical ways to resolve that conflict between the two of you. It looks like there is a lot of happy energies, so this could just be a slight bump on the road for both of you. I think that maybe this problem is just, I guess, a blip in the grand scheme of things. And so your person's also kind of looking back and thinking that, you know, at one point we were so happy, at one point we were able to kind of create this happiness, this beautiful time between us. So how do we get back to that? What are some of the practical ways that we can get back to that? And your person seems very grounded in their approach. They seem to be thinking a lot about it. It feels like they are blocked right now. Because I think that the ideas are not flowing, or your person just hasn't been able to see the light with respect to whatever it is that both of you are currently dealing with. But I think that your person is slowly starting to feel confident that step by step they are going to figure a way out of this problem, with the 6 of Swords coming here. All right, so whatever the conflict is going on between the two of you, it looks like your person is very, very determined to bring back these joyous, happy moments between the two of you. But at the same time, they want to do it in a way that is more grounded and it's not up in the air. And it's so that both of you can actually have a firm foundation, and it's not going to slip by both of you as time moves on. So basically they want to create something that's long-term. That's where your person's vision is. That's where they're looking towards as well. And more importantly, they want to make sure that the way that they are resolving this conflict aligns to both of you. So it's not just about finding a solution. It's about finding a solution that makes both of you happy, that makes both of you feel good, that feels aligned to both of you. So your person's actually really considering your feelings, your emotions. I'm seeing two people, two people, two people, two people. Of course, that's two cats and then one cute little dog over there, but I am seeing in twos, which, you know, it kind of gives me the energy that your person's really considering your thoughts, your feelings, your needs, your desires. So this is not just someone who's focused on themselves and they're not caring about what you think. No, this person's actually actively involving you in their decision-making process, which I think is very, very healthy as well, because this connection is about two of you, right? So that is where your person's current thoughts are. It's about how to figure out a solution to whatever it is that both of you are going through, or how to resolve this conflict that's going on within them, and how to do it in a way that sustains long-term and is more grounded and can actually unlock that beautiful, happy moments between the two of you. All right? I want to kind of dig a little bit deeper. So can you clarify the Five of Wands for me, please? I feel like with this deck, it's really hard for the cards to come out. So I think I'll just pick one by one, all right? Whatever I feel intuitively called to. Wheel of Fortune, yes. Your person's really looking forward to things changing with respect to whatever this conflict is. And it doesn't look like big energies, to be very honest with you, but I think that your person perceives it as big. And I think that the reason why they are perceiving it as big is because your person is thinking more long term, all right? And so it just matters more to them, all right? But I think that, again, I feel that it is healthy on your person's end because they're taking so much time to think about it. It might be frustrating for people on the outside to see your person taking so long to make this decision, but I think that they are coming from a very grounded perspective because they don't want something that's just going to sustain long term, like give you that high for right now and then, you know, it just kind of dies out. No, your person wants, it's okay if it's not that kind of high. It's okay if it's a medium, like a medium energy, but it has to sustain. That's more of your person's energy right now. And they're really looking forward to kind of changing the dynamic between the two of you, or whatever this conflict is. They're hoping that they can bring some kind of end to that. Yes, Four of Swords. I'm not surprised at the Four of Swords over here. Your person is definitely taking time to go within, to think deeply. I think that they might be a little bit tired from thinking so much about what's going on within them or within your connection as well. So but the energy coming from the Four of Swords from this particular deck is telling me that your person is close to resolution. So it looks like they're slowly starting to see the light and they're slowly starting to feel like, okay, this can be a viable solution, or maybe we can approach it this way. So it looks like there are options coming out to your person, and it looks like there is probably a route or two that seems to align with your person or makes them feel good about it. So there's a little bit of hope coming through with the Four of Swords, all right? The Eight of Cups clarified by the Page of Wands. Yes, definitely. I think that your person's very, very enthusiastic to bring back the old dynamic between the two of you. Whatever this conflict is between the two of you or within themselves, it looks like it might have kind of affected your connection. It might have kind of drained both of your energies, whether you like it or not, or whether it was intentional or not. And your person kind of wants to infuse that energy back between the two of you. There's definitely passion coming through. I think that your person, maybe in this time apart, there's been emotional distance. Maybe both of you haven't been physically intimate for quite some time now. So there's a lot of thoughts about that as well. But it's not just about physical intimacy. I think that it is more about emotional and physical intimacy that your person wants to bring back to your connection. All right. With the Six of Swords and being clarified with the Ace of Pentacles, it looks like your person's very, very, very close to coming up with an approach that is going to be grounded, stable, and long-term, and more importantly, gives both of you a chance at a fresh start. All right, so a lot of good energies, a lot of renewed energies coming through, especially in your connection. And it looks like your person's actually going to be successful in what they have been thinking about, finding a solution to this problem or whatever it is that both of you have just kind of been going through with respect to your connection. I am not seeing major no contact and or separation, but I am seeing some kind of emotional distance. I am seeing maybe your person just just kind of going within, kind of thinking very deeply about this, and just maybe not being as proactive in this connection, all right? But it looks like your person has or is going to, or very close to, you know, kind of getting a parachute and, you know, kind of saving this connection in their perspective. Your person could be a bit dramatic, pal one, okay? But I think that it has really weighed on them. So I don't blame your person to, you know, for being a little bit dramatic about it. I think that it is just that huge relief that's coming through that, you know, they've thought so much about this, they've pondered so much about this, and it's come to a point of mental and physical exhaustion about, you know, how much they've thought about this. And then now they're like, okay, finally, it feels like there is a solution. There is a way to save this problem, or there's a way to correct this problem, there's a way to resolve this, all right? So definitely healthy energies. I think that your person's approaching this in a very logical and rational way, but at the same time, their emotions are more to do with you. Like, how do I bring my person into this? How do I cater to their needs? How do I cater to their desires? So whatever it is, you know, your first off, your person's very close to resolution, and number two, they're actually very actively considering you. And the reason why it's taken so long is because your person's very, very determined to have a long-term solution. All right, I am going to get you one advice. All right, one advice for pal one. 5 of Cups. All right, so if there has been a little bit of resentment building up within you, all right, maybe your person has taken longer than you expected, and it's understandable, right? It's understandable on your end. Maybe you expected things to happen within a certain time frame and it didn't, and maybe your person was not able to communicate that to you, or maybe you weren't able to understand it at that point in time. This is just a message coming through that just tap a little bit to the cups that are there in your heart. You know, yes, there are cups that have spilled over right now, but try to also see the amount of work that your person has been putting in, the amount of love and affection that they have in their heart, and the reason why they're actually going to this depth to cater to your needs, to find a long-term solution. It's only because they have a cup for you, and it looks like both of you have a cup for each other, right? And those 2 cups are still standing. It's okay if there are 3 cups that have fallen down right now. It's understandable why you're upset about that, but that does not mean that you ignore the 2 cups that are also standing up. All right, that is the advice coming through for you, pal one. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with the like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that is sent in, watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful for it. Pal one, take care, trust your intuition, you always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi pal two, for those of you who chose Tarot of the Divine, this is going to be your reading. But before we get into your reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, pal two. Let's get a few cards to get started with. What are pal two's person's current thoughts, please? Okay. Got Temperance, 6 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Your person's waiting for something, pal two. Or are you waiting for something? Are you waiting for your person to make a decision about this connection? Did you ask your person out? Or did you ask them to maybe define the relationship? Did you maybe ask where they were at or what you both were? Did you ask something? It feels like they were asked something by you, and your person's actually gone within to think about it. And it feels like you are waiting for an answer on your person's end, and they know it. They know that you are waiting for an answer. Your person's working through it internally, how to. And of course, we have the Six of Wands coming up with the Ten of Cups, so favorable to you, all right? They're definitely leaning towards whatever it is that you're asking about. They're definitely leaning towards choosing their happiness and, feeling good about the decision that they've made, all right? So that's there, but it feels like there are a few things that your person is working out internally. It could also be healing past wounds. I am getting that for some of you, but for others of you, it could just be that maybe your person, just might fear connections, might fear relationships, and they might also fear the implication of this connection. For some of you, I am getting that maybe you would have to kind of go against society to be together. For others of you, I could see that this might be a taboo. Maybe this is someone at your workplace, maybe someone who is you're not supposed to have a relationship or a connection with them. For others of you, I am getting that maybe you have been friends for so long and your person is worried that it might affect the friendship that both of you have. There's definitely something that your person's working out internally about this connection, because what they truly want is to be with you. It's very, very clear that their happiness is with you, but at the same time, it feels like your person really wants to make sure that they are making the best decision, and more importantly, that they are making an aligned decision, that they're kind of keeping all the factors in mind. So it's kind of like, okay, if I move forward with this connection, and later on, we have maybe the society is against us, then what do I do? How do I react? I can't let go of my person at that point, right? And I can't like chicken out and say, oh no, I was not expecting this, because your person's very, very well aware of the obstacles that are going to come between the two of you, or that might come to kind of stop the two of you from being together, or it could even cause like the end of the connection. So your person's kind of, I guess I would say, mentally prepping for different scenarios. Your person could be an overthinker. I would not be surprised with the Temperance coming out, because I am getting that they're thinking a lot about different scenarios and what would they do if either one of those scenarios come up, and how do they react to that. So it's not like your person's even taken the step for them to think about it, but they haven't even taken that step and they're thinking about it. All right. And I think that that is just your person's process. No judgment over here. We do not judge on this channel. No judgment over here. I think that that is your person's process. I feel that maybe they sometimes get scared about loss of control. So they kind of want to make sure that they've thought through every single scenario before they take a step. And it looks like your person's actually thinking things through and kind of figuring out how they can choose their happiness. All right. And I think that they're also kind of thinking of various situations that might come up and how would they like win those situations. Given we have the Six of Wands over here, how would they overcome those situations, those obstacles, those barriers? And the more they think about that, the more they feel like, okay, I can actually overcome this. Yes, if this comes up, we can do it. If this comes up, yes, I can handle it. The more your person goes through that entire thought process, the more they feel confident about choosing their happiness, because their happiness is very clear. It's you, all right? About you, in case you didn't know, spoiler alert, it is you, all right? But it's more about, I think, your person worrying if this crumbles in the future, how would they handle it? Or if something blocks, then how would they handle it? And I really think that this might be your person's thought process. I think that they are someone who feels secure about the decision that they're making when they have exhausted all their thoughts about what could happen and how they would resolve it, or how they would approach that problem and how they would solve it. All right. So it's a lot of thinking going on your person's end, but I would say it's just their process. Paltu, don't take it personally. It's nothing to do with how they feel about you, because if honestly the Ten of Cups did not come out, I would have been like, yeah, okay, they might be a bit unsure about you, but no, I am not getting that energy at all. They're very, very sure about you. They're very sure about their feelings. You unlock like a different kind of happiness, and honestly, this person sees like a family with you, however you wish to define a family. And that aside, like that's there, all right? That's a big chunk of what they're thinking, but that's aside right now, because your person has to like mentally work through different scenarios of how this could turn out, just so that they can feel secure. It's got nothing to do with you. I think that your person might have their own overthinking tendencies. And remember, overthinking is kind of a trauma response, right? So it might have been stemming from previous experiences that your person has been through, maybe some childhood trauma as well, where they need to feel secure by thinking through every possibility before they take that step. And it's got nothing to do with you, it's just their internal process, all right? It's just something that they have to do for themselves, all right? Let me clarify the temperance, please. Clarify the temperance, please. Yes, I think that at one point they might have taken decisions that they regretted massively, or they might have taken decisions that completely threw them off balance, completely made them lose control of their life. And so there's that fear of not wanting to repeat that mistake, but there's also, I don't want to regret. So I want to make sure that I have all my bases covered. So if they're thinking, like, let me give you an example, okay? For example, this connection could be a taboo. Like maybe this society could be against this connection, and you and your person, you have to like fight with the society. I don't mean physically fight, but I think like fight for your love. And your person's like, okay, well, how do we do that? What do we do? Because at that point, your person cannot back away because they have made this commitment to you. So these are things that your person has to think through, right? So take that as it resonates for your situation, because it's coming very strongly that your person just needs a bit of time to think through, all right? It's their process. Can you clarify the Six of Wands, please, for me? Too many? Too many. Yes, clarity. Definitely gaining clarity about, first off, a lot of overthinking, a lot of clarity that's coming through as well. Like I said, it's basically confirming what I just said to you, where your person's like thinking different things, and then they're like, okay, yeah, I can handle this. Then they go on to the next situation. Yeah, I can handle that. Okay, if that happens, yes, I can absolutely handle that. And like the more they get that yes, the more internal confirmation that's coming through, the more they feel secure about taking the step, the more they feel enthusiastic about taking that step. And it looks like they're very, very close to that, all right? It looks like they're very, very close to that. But it's got nothing to do with how they feel about you, pal, too. I feel like saying that again. So I think that your person might worry a bit that you might be thinking they're having this thought process because they don't feel strongly for you. But no, they actually feel very, very strongly for you. I think that you are happiness for them. I think that you just truly define happiness for them. Can you clarify? Yes, if you have not heard from this person, you are going to hear from them. Expect communication, expect very fast communication. So it looks like your person's at the end of that tunnel. It looks like your person's very close to reaching out to you, telling you that this is where I am, I'm ready, let's go for this, because it looks like your person's very, very ready to choose their happiness. And AKA, that's you, pal too. That is you, all right? So don't worry about it, all right? Don't worry too much. I feel like this whole reading has been about you worrying for some reason. I think that maybe your person's worried that you're worrying, that they're taking time to think about this. But yeah, communication's coming through, and very, very fast as well. All right, pal two, your person's choosing their happiness, and it is you. One advice for pal two, please. One advice for pal two, please. One advice for pal two, please. Oh, pal two, you're worrying too much. I can see that in the energy. I can feel it in your person's energy, but I thought, okay, maybe. I was going to give you benefit of doubt, pal two. I was going to say, oh, okay, maybe it's just your person worrying, but no. I'm tapping into your energy too, pal two. So you've been worried about this. You've been really stressed out about this as well. Pal two, there is nothing for you to worry about, all right? Don't worry about it. Don't take it personally. It's just your person's process. And I think that your person's going to definitely come forward. They're going to talk to you about this. And it's just your person's process of mentally and emotionally prepping themselves. And for some of you, even physically prepping themselves to whatever consequences it is going to lead to by choosing this connection. All right? So know that things are, taking a turn for a positive. I know that sometimes we can often go into a spiral of thinking what could go wrong, but sometimes things go right. Pal two, sometimes things go right. And sometimes, like, if we're allowing ourselves to think about what could go wrong, we should also allow ourselves to think about what could go right? That's how I feel too. Like, okay, yes, absolutely. We want to protect ourselves, so we think about what could go wrong. But at the same time, to balance that out, we also have to think about what could go right. So take some time to think about what could go right in this situation, all right? And it looks like there's going to be like because the Ten of Wands is the end of the cycle, all right? It's the end of that, and then the beautiful tree grows and the weight is lifted. So you're at the end of the heaviness, the heavy cycle. And it looks like both of you are going to be choosing your happiness, all right? So allow yourself to think about what could go right as well, Pasio. That is your advice for today. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you were looking for. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, Paltio. My private readings are open right now. You can check those out. But if this is where you'd like to leave me, then I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and positive energy, whether it's with like, share, subscribe, comments, the tips that I send in watching my page ads. Those are the ways that I feel your love and positive energy, and I'm really, really grateful. Paltio, trust your intuition. You always have free will, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.